Boom. And we are live with episode 17 of the Quarantine Concert Series right here on The Sound. I am your host, Jared. Uh-oh, your mic's out. No, not on the intro. It's been working the whole time, literally. On the intro, it goes out.
How is that? Now can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's back.
Jesus.
Dude, I love our technical
Kevin.
We've been talking for 30 minutes and it was working the whole time.
I know, right?
Damn. All right. Well, let's get the show started.
Yes.
Oh man, I always love that intro. Yeah, dude, it wouldn't be a 228 entertainment production if there wasn't some type of glitch at some point. Is that right?
Damn right. Yeah. We got to keep it in normal.
Dude, we got a great show for you tonight. I don't know if you look down in the comments section or the description, I should say. We've got Blake from Egypt Central and Devour the Day.
Devour the Day, yeah. At some point he'll be on. We sent a message to him reminding him that the show starts at 7:30. So hopefully sometime between now and when we get off when we end the show, he will hop on and join us.
Yeah, we don't have a hard fixed time on this one like we have in some of the ones past. So bear with us, but it's going to be good, man. We're going to talk about all the things Egypt Central's been doing since we've last heard from him. Kevin, they put some new music out that we're playing. Is that right?
They did. The new single is called Hunted. And you can catch it on the 228 or the Sound 228 radio app, which you can download inside Google Play or the App Store. Or if I'm not gonna lie, if you don't want to put the app on the phone, which we really want you to put the app on the phone, but if you don't want to, you can stream it through the sound228.com. So you can do
whatever's more convenient. Whatever's more convenient for you.
Yes, but yeah, so they've got a new single out, and it's not the end of Devour the Day and the startup back of Egypt Central. They're both still going. And that's what we're going to talk to him about, is the balance between Egypt Central and Devour the Day, and kind of what happened towards the end of Egypt Central into the Devour the Day and to bringing Egypt Central back. So we'll be chatting with him about all of that as well.
I know there's a lot of people that I've talked to personally that knows that we're speaking to him tonight that want to know that story. Super pumped. I mean, they've had or have such a massive following down here. It's almost, I mean, it was literally like they were a local band, right, Kevin? And
no, absolutely.
You had you made that happen. You were the one that made that happen.
Well,
as far as bringing them down here.
So the first time they ever played down here, they played for WCPR at the old Harley Davidson, the grounds at the Harley Davidson event. Trying to remember. I think that was Saliva and Rev Theory and Egypt Central and Castor Troy. Yeah, I think that was it. But anyways, yeah. So after that, I wanted to bring them back down again, and we just happened to run into each other at the Shell station on Cedar Lake Road, and they were out of their van. They were putting gas in their van, and we just started chatting. So then we ended up bringing them into Thunder's Tavern. And I think they played CPR Fest once. They played Thunders a ton. I mean,
they used to pack Thunders out too, man.
Yeah, man. So it was good times, but yeah. So yeah, I brought them down a couple times. The radio station brought them down a couple times. Thunders brought them down a couple times. And they just kind of kept growing and growing and growing into wherever they played at down here, the fans showed up for. And then I don't know the story, but Egypt Central, the guys just kind of went their own separate ways. Joey, the bass player, and Blake, the drummer from Egypt Central. Then Blake came out front and they started Devour the Day. Devour the Day had a couple good albums, did some really good stuff with that. And then all of a sudden last year, we started to see a new single here and another new single from Egypt Central, kind of cryptic messages and not really giving us much info. And then this third one, Hunted, it came out and there's possibly a new album. So hopefully we can get a little bit of scoop once Blake comes on tonight.
That's right, man. Jimmy, what's up, brother? We got the comment coming in from YouTube. We don't always have that the YouTube
Yeah, no
comment. So we
kidding.
appreciate you checking us out there on YouTube, man. That's cool. I'm making sure our levels are right over here, Kevin, on this when we get into the videos here.
So
In just
yes,
a second
we do
here.
have a YouTube channel. So if you want to go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe there, we would very much appreciate it.
Yeah, man. If you're tuning in and watching, man, we'd sure appreciate it if you could start a watch party or just share the stream on Facebook specifically. But if you're on, if you're on Twitter and watching us there as well, we really appreciate that. But people that watch the show know that the way we usually start this thing off is we do the grudge match, and Kevin is the inventor of that. So I'll let him explain the very technical and complicated rules that are associated with such competition.
It is tough. It's probably a tougher competition than Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson.
Nice.
So tonight,
very nice segue, Kevin.
I did my best. So the grudge match is actually just 2 videos. We've got a champion, we've got a challenger. We play the videos. We put a poll up on the page. You vote for video number 1, video number 2. If you win 3 times, you go into the grudge match Hall of Fame, which I'm going to briefly run down who we've got in the grudge match Hall of Fame: the Keystone, Shepherd's Reign, the Lonely Ones, Dead Eyes, Kingdom Collapse, a band out of Pensacola. Pardon the Scars is our most recent Hall of Fame inductee. And tonight has an opportunity for the band Envision to get into the Hall of Fame. They've won 2 shows in a row. This is their 3rd chance to win. If they win, they're in the Hall of Fame. They'll be going up against a band called Deviate the Plan. The song is called Last Stand. And once we start the video for Envision, we'll throw the poll up. You'll vote for video number 1, video number 2. And at the end of the show, hoping everything goes well, we'll remember to announce the winner. And if they win that 3rd one, they're in the Hall of Fame. And then the next show, which can't wait to tell you if you haven't heard what's coming up on the next show, which is pretty big too. We'll have 2 new challengers. So let's go. And it's being brought to our friends, Cheeky Monkey Cake Company on Devour Road in Biloxi. So we'll you want to show a couple of the that video here?
I'm already on it. No, we're gonna go with the photo. How about
yes, the photo.
That? Yeah. There we go. That's the logo there. You got some cakes in the corner, man. The stuff that that Jennifer does over there with look at that. Check it out. She can do all kind of customized stuff. So if you want to send somebody a guitar cake or a guitar themed bunch of like cupcakes or what have you, I mean, she's got you covered, right, Kevin?
Absolutely. And we're gonna chat with her. And let me tell you something. I know it's rough right now with COVID, and we don't know exactly what's happening with Mardi Gras, but some of the best king cakes you will ever taste, and it was voted best king cake. I think it was the Sun Herald competition. She was voted the best king cakes. That's coming up.
Let me go ahead and make a prediction right now. Regardless of how much Mardi Gras gets canceled, which I think personally it's going to be a lot, probably all of it. I know D'Iberville's already bailed. I would assume Biloxi, I don't know, whatever they do, people are still going to buy king cakes, period.
Absolutely. So you definitely get them from Jennifer over at Cheeky Monkey. And she does some really, really good stuff. It's really good. Take it from the one who has diabetes. It's really good.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, so hit her up on Facebook, Cheeky Monkey Cake Company. Or I'm sure what's the website? She's got a website, Cheeky Monkey. Look her up on Google. I'm sure it'll pull right up. But let's get right in. We got some comments coming in from Nathaniel here. They're just finished setting up. So they had to tune in. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're fixing to kick the grudge match off right now. If there's anybody that you see that's at the show right now, get everybody to get on their phones and start a watch party and give us a share, brother. We'd really appreciate that.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll go over their show. They're playing with Burn tonight at the Hotspot on Pass Road in Gulfport.
That's right. That's right.
So you can check that out. But let's roll into this this first band. The first band, like I said, is called Deviate the Plan. The song is called Last Stand. It is your first song on the grudge match, and you are watching the sound.
Second thought on his mindless stroll under a shelter light in a world so cold. Media runs his life, an empty soul's been sold. Another day, another step, holding on to your last breath. You reach the end, you must defend your chance to live again. Greed, a world of social disease, such a sad day. Society's lost its way. Is this all we know? Streets are mindless clones. How do we fall so far in a sea of unknown? Another day, another step, holding on to your last breath. You reach the end, you must defend your chance to live again.
Almost got me slipping.
What? What? You never.
I was sharing away. That.
Yeah, no, I was doing the same thing. So that was Deviate the Plan. The song's called Last Stand. That is video number 1 on the Grudge Match, being brought to you by Cheeky Monkey Cake Company on DeBees Road in Biloxi. And now it's going to be time for the champion. It is Envision with Greg Hartley and Sake Boy Theory. The song is called Perception. The poll is about to pop up, both video number 1, video number 2. Let's see who's going to win tonight, be the new champion. And
light
then,
that comment section up.
Maybe go into the Hall of Fame or take over. Do what now?
Light that comment section up, people that's watching. Let us know what you're thinking.
I saw somebody there asking how many macaroons could we eat.
Yeah.
There's no way I could touch 26.
He said, yeah, 26. We got it right here. Slinks
Yeah.
1. We appreciate you for the comment, man. That's on
And
Twitter too. So
that's on
cool.
Twitter. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So let's roll into it. Here is Envision. They're your champion. It's called Perception, and you're watching the sound.
There was a small gathering in Orlando where demonstrators knocked on the door of a townhouse owned by former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Those are protesters in Minneapolis chanting, "Say his name, George Floyd." The mayor of that city has imposed a curfew that starts tonight if demonstrations turn violent.
Bodies in the street and no one seems to care. Cover up justice with thoughts and prayers. Well, I'm here to make a difference. We can't be silent, yo, this is my position. I know I got it easy, but my brothers got it hard. They try to go a mile, but they won't get very far. It's time we break that system down. Build something, nothing makes us proud. Gotta make a change, we can't just sit around. When the smoke clears, I know we'll be on top. Side by side, locked arms, we can't be stopped. I hear your voices. Help me understand. It's never changing. Help me understand. This broken perception. Blood against blood, but we bleed for each other. We're fighting deception. We'll never find peace till we love one another.
So I guess this is what it comes to. And then late night thinking who you want to. Blood on my cause life changing. I'm this ain't the summer. I plan to win till like dang I'm missing. All this work, gonna waste no haste, gotta eat for effort. Plus the counseling made me better. Chasing my dreams, no easy pressure. Hard to prove that just to coexist. Who would have thought of this when we was kids? Now I spend most of my time reminiscing. When I was wishing I'm making a million, but now I'm just wishing again that I'm living. Are you living or just going through life? Living day to day, passing me by. Tell you later it's one of the times.
I hear your voices. Help me understand. It's never changing. Help me understand. This broken perception. Blood against blood, but we bleed for each other. We're fighting deception. We'll never find peace till we love one another.
Like we're edging, we conquer the ice. This is for people who know the evil, but don't get it shot. They never been sequels. Not like the beacons, our voices are equal. Broken foundations, never sound nature. Hospitals going water with the patients. Standing for men and see no standards. Up again for the close case. You wanted to feel the heat. You wanted to feel the heat. You wanted to feel the heat. Now watch me burn.
I hear your voices. Help me understand. It's never changing. Help me understand. This broken perception. Blood against blood, but we bleed for each other. We're fighting deception. We'll never find peace. No, we'll never find peace till we love one another. Help me understand. Help me understand. This broken perception, blood against blood, but we bleed for each other. We're fighting deception, never find peace till we love one another.
All right, Kevin. The comments are starting to come on in.
That they are. So that was Envision Perception. That is your champion. The poll is up now. Already getting quite a few votes in. Vote for video number 1, deviate the plan. It's called Last Stand, or vote for video number 2, which will be Envision and Perception. So it is your chance to vote and see who's going to move on as the either go into the Hall of Fame, which would be Envision, or our new champion, Deviate the Plan. We'll announce that at the end of the show. Man,
That's right.
good stuff.
Right. We've got Jerry Smith is adamantly voting for Envision here with
I see
multiple
that.
comments. Nick, what's up, man? Nick Crocker is watching the show. He says he thinks we can welcome Envision into the Hall of Fame. I know Nick is one of the people that I talked to personally who is super pumped about the Egypt Central being on the show tonight. So Blake, that is.
Yes.
So
I think a lot of us are.
Yeah, man. They, like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast here, they play down here so frequently. I mean, and at Thunders, they packed that place out. That was when that first album, I believe, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, just came out or was still like they were releasing singles on the radio from that album, correct?
Yeah. So that was the album that had You Make Me Sick
Right.
on it, and a song that I really dig that they didn't do as a single, but it's a ballad on there called Home.
Yes.
So a lot of good stuff on that album. And
that's one of those albums, Kevin, that's like good from start to finish.
Oh, absolutely. That is one of the, yeah, you're right. Cause I mean, I can start that album and turn it up and just listen to it blasted all the way. If for some of you that are maybe new into this area's music scene or whatever, and you're not quite familiar with Egypt Central, definitely check out that album with You Make Me Sick on it. That's such a good album. And then of course, then Blake went on to Devour the Day. Blake and Joey went on to Devour the Day, and they had a single off of that called Good Man that did very well. They played the Crawfish Festival at the Coliseum with who was on that show? It was Hinder, Devour the Day, and Theory of a Dead Man at the Crawfish Festival at the Coliseum. Devour the Day played Crest Live. So yeah, might as well call them locals if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That video you were talking about for what was the Devour the Day? Their single.
Good Man.
It was it was a cool video. Very cool video. And like we mentioned, we're not exactly sure what time Blake's gonna be able to jump on. So just stay tuned with us here, and as soon as he gets in the waiting room, we'll pull him in. But we got some other things to talk about. We've already mentioned the Sound 228 radio app. You know, guys, if you've been watching the show, we've been pushing that really hard. Something we're super proud of. You can get it on Android or Apple. It's another way for us to push out the music that we want to support, the local independent artists. We got a lot of good stuff that we put on there. We're rolling out a lot of new things on there. So if you haven't downloaded that app, man, be sure to go ahead and do that. Go check it out. One of the things that Kevin, we just did was the ladies night on Wednesday night with Erica Fox, and the feedback there has been super cool. All female music, right, for 1 hour. That was Kevin's brainchild, and the response has been cool, man. And there's a lot of really good female fronted artists. Kevin, I haven't told you this yet, but my cousin, her little girl just started to take guitar lessons, and so she's all about girl, bands that are, that have girls in them. And I sent her some Heart and stuff like that, and I told my cousin to let her know, Wednesday night 7 to 8, check it out, and so she can hear, an hour's worth of female rockers, man.
Yeah, and Erica, the host, she used to sing in a cover band called the Fox and the Hounds down in down here or in the Gulf Coast area. And she's really passionate about music. She's really passionate about the female fronted artists. And I've actually gotten into some Facebook groups just trying to familiarize myself with some of the stuff that I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of Facebook groups that are just geared towards female fronted metal bands, rock bands, and things like that. And so really passionate things out there, and I don't think a lot of them get credit. And I saw Joey Culver, the lead singer of Paper Cut Massacre. He had mentioned, I saw it in a comment where we were talking about the ladies' night show, and he was talking about how most of these are the singers, of course, they sing it from a female's point of view. So he has a hard time understanding it because he's a guy. So he doesn't, but they're singing from a female point of view on a lot of these songs. So it was an interesting take on how he was talking about it. But yeah, it's good stuff, man. And I'm a big Hailstorm fan. Now I know it's not metal, but Lizzie Hale is awesome. And then you go back into like the Joan Jetts and the Lita Fords and all of that kind of stuff. So the show plays a lot of that stuff as well, all the way up into the Nightwish and Arch Enemy and things like that. So it covers multiple genres across the rock spectrum.
Yeah. Something just popped into my head. Tonight is actually Boyd the Metalloid's birthday, man. I want
you know what? I had it written down so we make sure we talk about it.
Yep. Happy birthday, Boyd. Big fan of the show. Been on the show a couple times in the early days, at least in the background there, yelling and screaming along with us. But happy birthday, man. I hope you're having a good time. He said he was doing chicken wings tonight on the grill in honor of Jimi Hendrix's birthday was yesterday. Little fact there. So he's celebrating that.
Well, let's roll in. You want to roll into another video?
Yeah, let's do that. It looks like you have Egypt Central queued up for the next one. Is that right?
Yeah, I did, but we can pass over that until we talk to
okay.
And then we roll into the next one is a band called Pigweed.
Yes. That's a funny name.
Do you know Pigweed?
No, I don't. Do I?
Okay, so I don't know. That's what I was asking. Pigweed.
I thought that was a setup. I thought that was a setup.
Nope. No setup. But Pigweed is a metal band, and they are out of San Antonio, Texas. And they're an alternative new metal is what they consider themselves, but they are out of San Antonio. We've had some success with some bands out of San Antonio as far as our fans or our listeners or watchers enjoying it. So I wanted everybody to check it out. So we threw it in there, and it's called Here to Dominate. Check it out. It's Pigweed, and you're watching The Sound.
Thanks, brother. Come on, Momo. I know just a let's go.
Yeah,
So what'd you
that
think?
was different, man. Let's see with the comment section. We got someone here saying, hold on, Slipknot, but with a hint of alternative. I think that's pretty close. Yeah, only with the makeup
Right.
and the uniforms and stuff. The guitar sounds like Mike from Slipknot. That's pretty close. Yeah, it had some elements in there for sure.
And you got one just above that from Jordan. What's up, Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan. That's right. Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry, Kevin. Yeah.
Got that El Nino
Now
vibe.
that's a good pick, Jordan. Good ear there because I agree with that as much or more than the Slipknot comment. So and Jordan, I didn't know you listened to El Nino. I'm pretty impressed about that. That's good. Good stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. That one took me by surprise, Jordan. Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, I drove to Memphis by myself to go see El Nino by myself. So and
Yeah,
it was the shit. It was awesome. It was well worth the drive. I was living in Oxford at the time, but it was
I
worth the drive.
saw El Nino and Papa Roach, or was it El Nino and POD? It was El Nino and POD.
Oh,
at
now
the
that
House
would
of
be
Blues in
too.
House of Blues in New Orleans.
Yeah, that would go together really well.
Yeah, that was a good show. Speaking of the House of Blues in New Orleans, I got a question, and since we're starting to get the comments lit up a little bit, you know, we talk about music venues and what people are looking for, and we've put it out in the comments a few times of, you know, if you had an opportunity, even if you're in a band or if you you're not in a band but you're a concert goer, what do you guys look for in a music venue? Like, what are you looking for? Just kind of an idea of examples. So if you dig what the House of Blues in New Orleans is like, cool. 2 stories, second story overlooks the stage. If you're I don't know what else we got, the Palace Theater, other things, just kind of looking what are you looking for in a venue if you want to go to a music venue? I'm kind of curious to see what other people are talking about.
I'll answer first since you asked me, Connie.
Okay.
I would probably have to say House of Blues first, just because of the history there and many shows I've seen there. I love that place. But the I can't remember the name of it. They just reopened it. I went and saw Buckethead there about a year ago, but it's more of a theater base. You feel like you're in a place that could have a theater production there, and watching an artist play on a setup like that, a stage like that, it does change the vibe. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which House of Blues kind of has that too, you know. But yeah, all the New Orleans venues down there, man, are just awesome.
Yeah, one of the ones that, and we talked about it before, and before it started going through the reconstruction and all of that, I was like, man, it would really be a cool place to do a show, is especially in Biloxi, the Sanger Theater,
right?
Just to have that kind of theater vibe. I saw Skillet and Red at the Sanger Theater here in Pensacola in 2010.
Uh-huh.
And I just loved the vibe. They opened it up the front by the stage, so you had a little place where you could have that general admission standing concert type feel, but then you still had all the seats and all of that. So Jordan says cold beer. So yeah, every venue must have cold beer.
The IP, when Incubus played there not too long ago, that was a cool vibe because it's different. It had that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not stadium seating, but the tiered, like built to be more of a
the theater type seating. Yeah. So that Studio A is just the same way. You could take out the chairs right in front and create that little pit right in the front of the stage, and then the rest of it you have theater. Anything live, not on a screen in my living room.
Yes, that's the 2020 backlash speaking there, Nick, and I totally agree, man. It's been shitty having to only watch stuff on the television screens and not be able to see any actual live music. I know there's been some here and there. Some bands have been playing smaller shows, smaller bands. Kevin, you mentioned it last time on the show when we spoke to Chris Henderson. at the beginning of like, what was that, March-ish, April. And
Right.
he made the comment, everything he was hearing on there and Three Doors Down, they're dealing with the big promoters, the big venues, that it looked like everything was shutting down till 2021 at the least. I kind of thought a little bit that he might have been overstating that a little bit, or at least I hope that he was. And then he made the comment that you mentioned about it being the year of the smaller local band.
Yep.
He nailed it right on the head with both of those comments. Unfortunately, the first one was true, and everything at that level has been shut down for the entire year. But it has been the year for the local band or not quite national act, because they have been able to find some venues that, state laws varying, that they could play at.
No, absolutely. And that's been and that's what I'm starting to get a little bit of scared about right now is what, everything spiking. The few shows that have been able to happen, the few venues that have been challenged with how to keep it socially distanced but still have a show, how is that going to affect them now? So some of them have been able to survive after they've been able to reopen a little bit and do a show here and there and get some money coming in and putting their employees back to work and everything. But where with the spike and everything now, I'm like, so I'll give you a personal example. I'm supposed to be going to Tennessee in a month. I'm like, well, am I going to be able to go or not? So
Right.
you start to get worried about some of that stuff like that. But I will say this, it's nice to start seeing some music festivals posters start to post. Now you're seeing August and September of next year, which unfortunately I'm totally fine with now. If we have to wait that long just to have it,
Well, it's better than nothing. That's
at least we know it's coming and it's in the works.
That's right.
So that's kind of exciting to see some of that. But for example, here in Pensacola, you got Club Vinyl. Bunch of shows were lined up for 2020. They got pushed back. Some got pushed back to 2021. Some got pushed back all the way to canceled. We were allowed to have shows here, and then they really haven't done much yet. And it sucks not being able to physically see it, just like what Nick was saying, not on my TV screen, but physically in front of the band and getting your face blown off.
That's right.
I miss it.
Yep. That's it. I posted this a minute ago here. I hope I'm saying it right. It's Kari. I hope I'm saying that right. Lives in Colorado Springs, and her favorite place is Sunshine Studios. They make her feel like she's at home when she walks in. Yeah, that's always huge on any live music venue or any business, really, period. So that's awesome. Kevin will have to look that up. Sunshine Studios on Facebook. We stalk every music venue that we come across that we hear about, that we find, because we wish we had a little more than what we have down here as far as the venues are concerned. Speaking of that, we mentioned it already once. If you're listening to this, you're at home looking for something to do, the hot spot over in Gulfport on Pass Road has Envision tonight. And who else is it? Burn?
It's Envision and Burn. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So if you want to dart off over there and go check out a live show, go give those guys, show them some love, show them some support. Kevin, you want to do the rundown of that flyer while we got some time here with some people?
Yeah, I was actually getting ready to pull up a picture and share it of a picture of Sunshine Studios live.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, like you said, when we get an opportunity to, let me hit the share screen on this real quick, and we'll just share this one little thing so you can kind of see their stage and stuff. So,
oh wow, okay,
yeah.
That looks a little bit like the Machine Shop, at least as far as from what I can tell in that picture, as far as stage production and what have you. That's awesome.
No, absolutely. So let me close out of that, and we will go into talking about some shows, man.
All right, well, I can't. Let me see.
Let me pull it on there. I'm just moving too fast for you.
No, that's okay.
Now. We're here now. So
there we go.
So tonight at the Sky Bar at the Reef, you've got Class Kings, which is some of the guys from Whiskey Kiss and that. So they're performing at the Sky Bar. Let's see. Then we've got, and it's on a slideshow, so it's moving really fast. But that's the show we were talking about right there. Burn and Envision. That's tonight at the Hot Spot. November 28th, which is tonight, with Coffin Records, Knife Party Threads, and Blind Anxiety Entertainment. And this one is December 12th. It's going to be a metal fest, and I'm not sure. It's Live Oak, Florida. That's where it's at the Coliseum. Fallen Sons, Carrion Curse, Shadow of the Earth, Tragic, Breakthrough, Defy the Tyrant, M99. I'm going to try to see if I can pause this.
Yeah, just pause it. Yeah,
there we go.
About to make me vomit.
So then Saturday, December 12th, this is at the VFW in Saraland, Alabama. Big metal show, Make a Scene 10, Southern Brutality, Johnny No. Countermade, Killhammer, Omen of Ruin, just to mention just a few of them. Dread puts on a hell of a show. If you get an opportunity to go check that out. Then you've got the Toys for Tots drive that's coming up this Saturday at the Hot Spot, December 5th, with Burn, Teratoma, Slay the Day, Night Surf, on top of, as well as that. And it's just bring an unwrapped toy. So you've got that going on as well. January 8th and 9th, got Death to the New Year Fest. As obviously as you can see on the font, it's a bunch of metal bands. Grim War, and I ain't gonna lie, I can't.
Don't even try it, dude.
I can't read some of them. I suck at it. But Killhammer's on there, Severed Mass is on there, Grimoire is on there. So definitely that's going to be a show to check out. And that's a Trax Bar in Long Beach. And I'm going to tell you, Trax Bar in Long Beach is starting to make some waves in the metal scene. They've been doing a lot, man. And I think if I remember right, some of the guys from Killhammer have something to do with that or helping get the bands in there. So giving a place for the metal scene to just thrive. Congratulations to those guys. They've been doing a lot over there. They've done some Toys for Tots stuff. So yeah, good stuff from them over there.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
A lot of stuff going on.
You ran through it. So like we said earlier in the show, we're waiting for Blake to jump on here, man. We shot him the link. We had confirmation. We're hoping he ain't forgot about us. But in the meantime, we're going to play a couple more videos. What do you say, Kevin?
Yeah. Where
who do we
at?
got next up?
Next on the list is they finally put a video out. So I was like, you know what? We need to probably play it for them.
Okay.
They've been on the show a couple times. They did our very first live. Yeah. Our very first live
quarantine.
Concert. Yeah. Quarantine show.
Yeah.
They are out of Pensacola.
Oh no, your mic's out again. You got like a bad cable or something? Nope.
That's weird.
No, now you're back.
It mutes me, and then like 30 seconds later, it tells me I got muted. I don't know what. But the band is Bangarang Peter. They've been on the show a couple times. The song is called I'll Be Okay. She shared it to me the other day. I was like, yeah, absolutely. We want to play this one for you. So we're going to go ahead and roll into that right now. It is Bangarang Peter. I'll Be Okay. And you are watching The Sound.
Bridges Thanks for dancing, man. You guys look great out there.
All right, so I love that band. They are
Yes.
freaking awesome. That video was awesome, and it says that was captured at a house party. I want to be at that house
Yes.
party next time.
Right?
Bangering
That was
Peter.
some good stuff going
Yeah,
on
let
there.
me know when y'all go to a house party like that. That was badass, man. Damn. Anyway,
So I'll give everybody an update real quick. Blake just called me. He's unfortunately in a place where he can't do video, so he's going to try to come in, and we're going to be audio only with him. So he should be joining us here in just a few minutes, but it will be audio only, no video. But he did call me, and anyways, yeah, he should be on in just a few minutes. Hopefully, I told him just click on the link and turn off the camera. So hopefully he'll join us. And I want to go ahead and try to stay on and stretch this a little bit to make sure we have time. Because if we're playing a video and he gets in and we don't see, we can't talk to him.
yeah,
And he won't be able to see us or anything like that. So, or he may be able to see us, but we won't be able to see him. So we're gonna stretch for a little bit and continue to talk about music venues, some of the favorite venues that you've gone to a concert to, or what your dream venue is like. So I'm trying to think of another one that I've been to. Tipitina's in New Orleans is really cool.
Yep.
Like the vibe in Tipitina's.
yeah,
Back in up in Jackson, I saw there was one. It's not around anymore. It's called. I hope I say it right. Hallamals, up in Jackson. I saw. I think that was the venue that I saw Evans Blue and Breaking Benjamin in. So that was a good one. Little venues, man, I love them. And you can go down to even something like the Hot Spot. Just that intimate feeling where you got that bar, you can just lean on the bar, drink a beer, and watch bands playing 20 feet in front of you. So
yeah. And every now and then, like you say, you'll slide into a place when you're not knowing it and catch a band that's like that. That's badass. All right, looks like we got Blake in here. Let's see if we can bring him in. See if this is gonna work here.
Hello,
Blake, what's up, man? Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
we
Yes.
can.
Okay, I made it
So-
happen.
Yeah, nice, man. What's going on?
Okay, I'm. A whole lot of nothing. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm gonna let Kevin take over the reins here for a second. We got a lot of things we'd love to talk about, man. If you got a few minutes, for sure.
I do. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Fire away.
So Blake, it's Kevin. Good to hear from you, man. It's been a while.
It's been far too long. It's been it's been a couple of years at that.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think the last time I actually saw you, you were playing at Crest Live in downtown Biloxi with Devour the Day.
That sounds about accurate. I don't have a great memory of it, but that sounds like you're right.
So I guess where we wanted to start at, and we're going to start, I guess, from, well, let's talk about some new Egypt Central stuff. So you guys in Egypt Central, I guess last year, started dropping some cryptic messages with some new songs. And then just recently, last week? Was it the 20th? Like a week ago. You guys dropped Hunted on all streaming platforms and available on every place you can purchase it. And we have our own radio station that we do, the Sound 228. So of course we're just blowing it up for you as much as we can. But tell me where you came from. How did getting back with the guys from Egypt Central, and I don't know who all, I know you and Joey and John, but I don't know if who else is in with this, but tell us how that all came about coming back.
Well, that's a really good question. And just to correct myself, we released this last song, Hunted, on the 20th.
Yes.
I said the 23rd, right? But anyways, it came out on the 20th, and it's been a really long, crazy road from the day that we decided that we were going to split up to now. And we've obviously, Joey and I have continued to put out music for years with Devour the Day, and just keep pushing songs out, keep that creative fire going for as long as we can. And while we were doing it, I would say that enough years had passed that it was easier to bury the hatchet between myself and John, and Joey and John. And I think that they say that people can't change, but I feel like John's a completely different human, and he just is a family man, and he's taking care of and his heart seems to be, in the right place. And not to say that mine ever was, but I would say that we've learned a lot about we've grown up as humans. Both of us have. So I would say maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, something happened at Spotify, where Spotify started streaming Egypt Central at a insane level. Like, the streams coming off of this one song, Citizen Radio, were noticeable. We were kind of intimidated by it. Like,
those came from me.
That was only Kevin.
I'm just telling you, you say Citizen Radio, and that is one of my favorites, to just get into the car and just hit play and loop it and play it over and over and over again.
That's good to hear, because I mean, for us, that's a song that we put together as a demo, like in, I don't know, like 2010, 12, 11, somewhere around there. And it, it wasn't a complete song, but we had all of John's vocals at the time, so I took that into this little studio in Memphis and redid all the music and put this little EP together with some old stuff and some new things. Basically, I just looked at the library of things that we had recorded and just said, okay, what can we make out of this? And so we put together 2 brand new songs, the song called Cliche and the song called Citizen Radio. And we remixed one song. Anyways, we didn't think anything of it, because, like, we were putting all our focus on Devour the Day. And, that's where all of our managers and labels and booking agents, like, everybody's excited about Devour the Day. So we just kind of put that out as a way to say, hey, thank you for, the 10, 15 years of Egypt Central, for everybody that's stuck with us. We're moving to Devour the Day, but this is what's left in the tank. Thank you, guys.
Right.
And so, we're 2 records in on Devour the Day. And I think Devour the Day had a song called The Bottom that was out there doing really great. And we were on tour just round the clock with Skillet. And I just, Spotify started, they started to make it to where you could check your numbers on, you could see how much you're streaming. Anybody could, the artist could, which is something that's, not that common in the record industry. Like, I feel like a lot of labels and managers out there, they kind of just keep you in the dark on that stuff, because they don't want you to, know too much, because
Right.
they don't want you to, realize how important you are to them. Anyways, so I saw this, and I told Joey, I was like, man, there is there is something really special about what's going on with this song. For some reason, Egypt Central is being streamed over 100,000 times a day, like out of all the songs. And this is an unknown band and has been for years, or at least, you know, was no longer doing things, you know. And so I had some more stuff, you know, just kind of bits and pieces laying around of old songs that we had worked on, but nothing was enough to actually put together something new. But there was something that I could like mess with, and so Joey, you know, just like classic Joey, he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to the internet and see what people are thinking. So he gets on Facebook and makes this post that's like, who would want to see an Egypt Central record or song or something like that? And people were just all over that post. You know, it took off like 1,000 likes and comments, and just like, you know, it's just like, okay, there's obviously still an audience here, you know, that really wants to hear this stuff. And so there's this song called Raise the Gates that we had worked on a whole lot, you know, over the years, but could never really like figure it out. You know,
Right.
We couldn't get the song done. So we started to work on that. And John came in and sang a couple things, and, you know, we had a couple beers and, you know, just said, you know, what do you think? He said, I'm all about this, but, you know, this is you guys' thing. So whatever you guys want to do is cool with me, but I'd love to do it. You know, just count me in.
Nice.
So then here we are, you know, I mean, we started making songs and started recording them, and we've got a whole bunch more songs on the way. And so that's, there you go. I caught you up to speed. Here we are.
I will tell you this as, and I think you should personally know this, as a huge Egypt Central fan I am. I'm super excited about just the thoughts of getting a lot more new music from you guys. But where do we go with, where's Devour the Day going? What's next for that?
In the same direction. We're just still
Awesome.
working on music. We've got new stuff. We're seeing that there's a difference between the two bands, and that Egypt Central is, you know, it's its own sound. As soon as John sings an Egypt Central song, it's just, you know, it's an Egypt Central song. You know, and so that gives us a unique opportunity in Devour the Day to make more, you know, more like heavier music, and I would just say left of center, if you will, you know. But I don't know, we're having a lot of fun. We're writing songs every day, and you know, it just, after the dust has settled, you know, we realize that we're all in this boat together, and we're having a good time. So,
well, personally, I'm happy for all of you, because that's just that's the kind of story that you like to hear from. And I hate to take some of this stuff personally, as far as I know all three of you, and I think it's just great that you guys are back having a relationship again and making music out of it. So that's awesome. So congratulations.
I appreciate that. You know, and I agree with you. It feels good. You know, it feels good to let things go, and it feels good to grow up, you know, as a man. And
No,
that's
absolutely.
That's what we've had to do, all three of us. And you know, we've had different ways of getting there, but and we're still working on it. You know, I'd be lying if I told you that we were all grown-ups. But you know, we get up every day and put on the suit and go to work, if you will.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. We every time we talk to somebody that's used to playing live and being part of shows and stuff like that, we talk about, of course, COVID-19. was there any plans that COVID-19 had shut down for you guys? Or then I guess the next question is do we ever see you three as Egypt Central on a stage again?
Well, it certainly was the plan.
Gotcha.
Like we started putting out music and we were thinking, Blues Brothers style, we're going to get the band back together. But,
Yes.
COVID came in and just leveled the playing field, and
Ruined
so
everything.
nobody, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I have no idea what live shows are going to look like a year from now. I'm hoping that they come back, but I have no idea. And maybe something cool happens. Maybe there's like a hybrid of like what we're seeing in these live stream shows and the time that's going into those things. And maybe there's something really great about how we've considered, going and creating this really, detailed, dark, and all these super lights and all this really great stuff around the live show just for the streaming aspect. And then we started thinking about like, what does that look like live after the fact? And I don't know, it could be really cool,
Right.
like a lot of these bands could go in and really think tank what they are live, which would be amazing for rock, because I feel like rock shows in particular, it's meant to be raw and it's meant to be when I say raw, I mean just like really rough around the edges. But sometimes when you see a band that is really rough, it can be, it's kind of a turnoff. But then when you see a band like really well rehearsed and just like on it that night, that's magical. And maybe because of COVID, a lot of bands are forced to figure out creative ways to really improve their live show, and so I'm excited for that, but I just hope it comes back sooner than later.
That's awesome. Jared, did you have anything?
No, you pretty much covered it, Kevin. I just I wondered if Blake and them we mentioned it before you came on the show, just how many fans y'all have here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast in particular. When Kevin and I kind of announced that you were coming on, we had a lot of people reach out to us. A lot of people were super excited to hear from you again. Y'all were pretty much like a local band down here, and I mean that in a great way. Your fan base down here is tremendous, and so when y'all started putting out new music, and it really got a lot of people excited that y'all were going to be touring again. You touched on COVID screwing all that up, but once things go back to normal, because I believe it's a matter of when, not if, it will go back. We'd love to have you come play down here somewhere, man. And see y'all live again.
Oh, I remember the days. I remember Thunders and the pool and the volleyball court outside, and oh man, I'd probably get myself in a lot of trouble if I keep talking about it. But
right.
Oh, I love Biloxi. And
my favorite Egypt Central story has nothing to do with Thunders, believe it or not. I think you guys had just played CPR Fest, and I was living with Chris Fayard, and you guys were staying at the house. And my daughter was going out of town, and she stopped by the house, and she opened the door, and she was like, "I'm looking for my dad." And every band member shot to different rooms in the house.
Yeah, we were like, we don't know what to think of that. I might be the dad. I need to.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, it's such fun times, man. Well, Blake, I appreciate you stopping by and filling us in on what's going on. We're going to play a couple. We were going to play Hunted, but then when you started talking about the story of Citizen Radio, now we're going to play Citizen Radio 2 and Hunted. And Citizen Radio, for those of you that don't know, you can find it. It was Murder at the French Quarter is what you put that in, right?
Yes, that's the title. Oh,
And,
the EP of the EP, man. I really appreciate you guys playing that, man. That's really nice of you. Thank you so much.
And if you haven't heard it, you'll understand why I crank that thing up in the car every time I get a chance. It's a phenomenal song. But Blake, we'll let you go. Maybe we'll have another opportunity in 2021 to get you back on the show when we got a little more updates and maybe some live shows and some new stuff and all that kind of stuff. But thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight.
Hey, I appreciate the time. Thank you guys so much, and you guys stay safe.
Absolutely. You be careful.
All righty.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye. All right.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, not a. Of course, we didn't want to dig up all the dirt of exactly what happened, but
he said it, man. Come on. I mean, they were in a killer band, and sometimes, friction gets the best of you.
It happens, man. And it does.
But it's awesome to hear that, him say that they've grown and been able to put that in the past. I mean, that's a testament to me of what their music must be, that they were willing to go back to that. Kevin, I've got Citizen Radio pulled up. If that's
actually, I was going to say, if you refresh the playlist,
okay.
I've got Citizen Radio followed by the new single Hunted, and we can play both of them back to back if you want to do that.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Blake just popped in there, said, thanks guys. So, thank you. So if you want to go ahead and do that. So this is Citizen Radio. It's one of my favorite Egypt Central songs, and it's going to be followed by the brand new Egypt Central song called Hunted. So check them both out. Let us know what you think. And you're watching The Sound. And thanks, Blake.
California dreaming, and I had California turn on me. You can't believe in that. You can't believe in that. I found truth in the aftermath and got everything that ever really mattered back. You can't believe in that. You can't believe in that. I won't be compromised. I know how to survive the worst that you can get. And I will never ever go away. I can pull myself out of the grave. You can't believe in that. You can't believe in that. You can't believe in that.
That's it.
There you have it, man. Good stuff from them, man. Like I said, I can't be happy.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Well, I can be, but musically wise,
That's
I
good
can't
to
be
hear that they're
happier.
back and hopefully going to do some stuff once COVID allows the world to go back to normal. Yeah, let's see.
I
can
like
throw it
Nick's
up there.
idea, man. Egypt Central Live on the Sound
Nick
Quarantine
Crocker's a smart
Concert
man.
Series.
So
Blake, if you're still watching, we got a venue down here, the old venue you played in, Chris. We can get our hands on that. You guys can come down and play a live streaming concert, or if you want to meet us halfway, we'll drive up to Jackson and do it for you. I'm sure we can find a venue in Jackson we can make it happen at. So,
well, Kevin, what do you think?
Good show.
Yeah, I think it was a good one, man.
Show.
I think it was a good one.
So, got a couple things to announce.
Go ahead.
So, first of all, Envision is going into the Hall of Fame.
Boom!
So they won tonight. They got 81% of the votes. So congratulations to them. So they'll be moving on to the Hall of Fame. So our next show, December 13th, we'll have 2 new participants in the grudge match. And then our next show, December 13th, we will have Silent Trust. We will be playing on the show. We will be playing their new song and chatting with them. And not only that, but we will have, it's a drummer theme, I guess. I mean, if you think about it, Rob from Nonpoint and Blake from Egypt Central, and now it's going to be Paul Crosby from Saliva.
Nice.
Will be joining us on the show to talk about his management group that he handles a lot of indie and unsigned bands management, helping them work their way through this lovely business that they call music. But he'll also be talking about some new stuff from Saliva, playing some shows. We got the inside track on a show that they're going to be playing close to Biloxi, not far from Biloxi, but they'll be playing a show there that we'll be able to hopefully by that time touch base and give you the info on that. We'll also have some tickets for that we'll be giving away. So that's, and December 3rd, also P-Cola podcasters. There's a group here in Pensacola called P-Cola Podcasters, featuring. Now they do more than just local music, but they are geared towards local music here in the Pensacola area or in the Gulf Coast region. I know they've shouted out to some of the bands that are from Mississippi, like the Chitlins and Envision and stuff like that. So they'll be on the show as well. So December 13th is going to be a packed show. We'll be talking with them. They'll be reaching out how to tell you to get in contact. They're going to be doing a thing called Cola Fest, which I believe is a 2-day local band concert that they're going to be doing. So we'll find out all the info on that from P-Cola Podcasters as well.
Nice. I'm going to throw this on the bottom here to remind people that are watching and people you listening on the podcast, especially on the replays of both. You can text us, send us a text. Just text the sound to 228-641-1648. And what that is, it's a text community that allows you to keep up with everything that we're doing. Anytime we have any show information, especially when we get back to doing live shows, that's where we're going to announce it first. And it's a 2-way communication. If you want to send us a message, we will see it and we'll respond back. We're working on getting quicker with that. For one of the reasons is we just got the app installed, right, Kevin? So you'll be able to see it a little bit quicker.
Yes.
Mine, I had to actually go into it to see if someone had sent us anything. But if you want to stay in touch, stay in the know, that's the way to do it. Text the sound to 228-641-1648. We appreciate everybody sticking with us, and the support is always much appreciated.
Absolutely.
We'll see y'all on the next one.
Yes. Peace.
Have a good night.